Hey everybody, Jared Jones. Today, just a quick market update. I wanted to get some information out. The National Association of Realtors just had a forecast summit. I know how much you guys like future predictions. So NAR has 20 economic housing experts that meet every year on a panel. And this year, they want to focus on a post-pandemic 2021. As a result, some key predictions, some that were kind of expected, were the economy is going to grow by 3.5%. They expect that to almost double the year after. So in 2022, they're expecting a 3.5% growth next year to be 6.2% the following year. And then next year, NAR predicts that all home prices will climb 8%, next year and then drop a little bit to 5.5% in 2022. So there's gonna be more home growth next year than the year after. They're also predicting that mortgage rates will stay down. 90% of attendees of the conference actually said that they do not expect mortgage rates to rise. What other interesting trends do we notice from this summit?
Well, first off, that's great news for everybody. 3% next year and 3.25% in 2022. It looks like we'll be able to buy houses for the next 2 years with great mortgage rates.
If there's any for sale.
Yeah, if there's any for sale.
We don't have any homes.
All right.
Thinking of selling your home in Central Florida? I'm Jared Jones with the Jones Group. I list your home for just 1%. Make one call, that's all, because I'm making home selling great again.
Jared Jones is the way to go. Call 706-5000.
They also predicted that the working from home rate, I know with COVID this year, everybody has had to shift gears and work from home, social distancing, all that. So this year they had 21% of workers work from home. And predicting next year that there's only going to be 18%, and then down again the year after that, it's only going to go to 12%. So,
no new normal. So we're not going to stay at the. They're actually predicting a drop off from our current levels.
Right.
So they're not thinking we're going to hold out this level of people working.
People
out
can
of
only
their
stay home
office.
so long.
Interesting.
That's
so,
what I'm guessing.
So there's a 3% drop in the rate going into next year, which isn't much, and then they're expecting it to fall considerably in 2022. That's interesting, because we have a lot of people buying and they're kind of planning to work from home for the long range. And I still think obviously a good percentage of folks will. So very interesting. What else?
They predicted that the vacancy rates, there's going to be small declines in the office and hotel vacancy rates
Next year.
for next year, and a slight increase in retail vacancies, which means that there's a lot of businesses this year that have gone under. And they don't need retail space anymore. So
Interesting.
yeah,
that is interesting. So this year we've obviously had, I would think, very big impact on hotels. We've had very big impact to how many people are actually working in a space in a commercial sense. There's been obviously a big impact there. So they're actually still seeing declines going into next year. So that's really, really interesting. So commercial probably going to have some values in that market segment because there's going to be some downsides to that. Well, in 2020, listen to this. So the chief economist, Lawrence Yun of NAR, probably mispronounced your name, he pointed out that home sales this year will reach a record 5.52 million homes sold, which is the highest annual mark that we've hit in our home selling since 2006. And also median home price has also set a record high of $293,000. The interesting thing as I kind of look at all this is I do think there's definitely going to be some inequity in how different states and different cities are going to grow, or maybe even have some declines. And when they're talking about 8% price growth next year, you got to understand there's going to be a lot of markets that are actually they're not going to see 8%. They'll be happy to have 8%. And I don't think there's gonna be a lot of them. I still think that, US wide, the marketplace just it's a supply chain issue, even in housing. So I liken it to the fact that this store could sell so much more products if there were actually items on the shelf. I say that a lot. It's like, imagine you walk into the grocery store and you wanna buy, your interest rates are low, you can borrow, but you just have nothing on the shelves to choose from. And so I get that sense. I have buyers looking, they're not finding. Our agents are the same way, our partners in our office. So one of the things I'm noticing is that I have a feeling that Florida's probably gonna really crash through that 8%. where we probably will see a good rate of appreciation, maybe 12, 13. It might be a good bit higher than that, because we're so positive. We have so many people trying to move here from other areas, pushing our economy, and yet you have locals that are in the market now that can't get what they want. And so a lot of that's impacting the supply chain. You got to imagine there's a line formed for the next house that hits the market. So it's incredible. It's record low inventory. I mean, it's just super, super lean. And even now, as we're heading into Christmas season, there's a lot of people that want to buy and can, So that's going to roll over, and then you're going to have more people engaging the market and more people moving here from other markets. We're talking to them every day, those people that have goals to get here. So it's just really, it's interesting. I think the back end information is that economic growth is going to be good. I agree with all of it. I think for better or for worse, the numbers will vary when they come, when they come through. But I think this probably does represent how the market looks for us heading forward in Central Florida.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think they're right on with their numbers. Like you said, there's going to be some variations between different states, different markets, definitely because, we've got a lot of people from up north moving down here because of COVID and the election and whatever things.
I'm Jared Jones with the Jones Group, and we list your home for just 1%. With 18 years of real estate selling experience and over 3,500 satisfied home sales, you can trust me to sell your home right. No long-term contracts. You can trust my 22-point extreme home selling system to get your home sold, including photos, 3D tours. When it's time to sell, get the heavy hitter. Make one call, that's all, for better service, lower fees.
Jared Jones is the way to go. Call 706-5000.
It is interesting. So this summit, they did pick out 3 of the top major metro areas that they expected major positive growth next year. And as you can believe, if you can believe it, I should say, Florida did not make the list. In fact, the only 3 states on the south edge of the U.S. are Texas, Arizona, and South Carolina, being Charlotte, the Charlotte area. Georgia, actually, I think Atlanta was on the list too, so it was actually 4. So Atlanta metro area was as far close to Florida as it gets. I would imagine they're probably seeing an influx of people from the north and probably a lot of population movement that direction too. So that's it. We'll see you guys next time.
Jones Group is the way to go. Call 706-5000.